Have you ever experienced stress in your life? Certainly, yes. And what are the symptoms that you have observed when you're under stress? Headache, palpitations, fatigue, weakness, high blood pressure. Am I right? So, it is a disorder which not only affects one organ but it affects the whole body and it jeopardizes our health. So whenever any stressful situation take place around us, it is first detected by brain, which responds by sending set of signals to different organs, and that is how we get to see the visible or measurable symptoms, and we realize that we are under stress. So when our brain and body is constantly fighting with this stressful stimulus, in longer run it becomes a chronic disorder which takes a huge toll on our health. So this phenomena is largely coordinated by brain, our master organ. Now you might wonder why I'm talking nutrition as the first pillar in managing and combating the stress and the first pillar in Find Your Balance series. I will explain. Nutrition is not only about choosing the right food and consuming the right food. It is also about whether whatever you have been eating is getting digested, absorbed, utilized, and assimilated in the body well or not. Now, you might say that consumption and choice is within our control, but how can we control the digestion and absorption processes in the body? You may not control, but at least you can be sure that these processes are carried out very smoothly in the body. Because whenever it goes wrong, our body sends a signal to us, and we have to listen to our body. Like if you have an improper digestion, it will result into indigestion, then bloating, gases, acidity. If you have a poor absorption of nutrients, then you may land up in having multinutrient, multivitamin deficiencies. If the organ is unable to utilize the particular nutrient, then organ fails to function properly. So you have to give a constant attention to your body. It's like eating the right food or consuming the right food and then saying that you will be completely away from the disease is like fueling your car with high premium, high octane, unleaded petrol and saying that your car will run smoothly and will give you optimum average. But for this to happen, you have to make sure that the car engine is in a well maintained condition, because fuel is important, but how that fuel is getting utilized by the car is equally important. It's same like the body. Now in this video we're going to learn about the nutrition as a proactive and a reactive way in stress. So proactive means we're going to understand how exactly nutrition plays an important role in making you able to fight against stressful situations. There are certain physiological conditions which makes us incapable to fight against decisions, okay, and then we'll end up in getting stress more and more. So we're going to understand how nutrition plays a role in prevention of the stress or making us capable to fight against the stress efficiently. And reactive means when you're going under the stress or when you have just had a stressful event, how food can rescue you. Okay, so for understand this, let's understand few physiological conditions how nutrition can help us to rescue. So stress, its impact to our body, and that impact is adding more stress, is like a vicious cycle. And I'm going to tell you few examples and how right set of nutrition can help us in minimizing the impact on the body and in turn breaking that vicious cycle. When you get stressed, our brain releases a hormone called as cortisol and adrenaline, which basically is responsible for fighting the stress by quick increase in the energy and attention. But if these hormones are getting released by this brain constantly and if they remain in the bloodstream for a very long period of time, then it results in a hormonal imbalance. There are plenty of causes of hormonal imbalance, but stress is one of the major factor of hormonal imbalance. And what happens when you have hormonal imbalance? It again results into mood swings, fatigue, weakness, anxiety, depressions, etc. So if we cannot control the external situation or the triggers, the best we can control is our response to the stressful situation. And here food plays a crucial role. Protein and high fat diet, high healthy fat diet can help us in maintaining the hormonal levels in the body. So you need to incorporate good quality of protein, and secondly high quality of healthy fats. Now when we say healthy fats, I mean to say coconut oil, olive oil, nuts and oil seeds, homemade butter, makhan in moderation, okay, and unrefined oils. So when you incorporate these foods into your diet, it can help you in maintaining your hormones and releasing the right set of hormones even in the stressful conditions. Long chain omega 3 fatty acids and medium chain triglycerides are the best ones to fight. So if you pay attention to the food you eat, it will help you to give you the better responses in the stressful conditions. Now, as we learned in car analogy that engine is very important, same like that in our body, gut plays a very important role, and gut is our engine. So maintaining gut health is an extremely important thing to do. Have you ever experienced that whenever you are stressed or whenever you are nervous, you have spasms in the stomach or butterflies in the stomach? Why is that so? Because our brain and our gut are connected via enteric nervous system, and they are constantly communicating with each other. So if anything goes wrong with the brain, it affects the gut. Anything that goes wrong with the gut, it affects the brain. So that's the reason gut is also called as a second brain. Okay, so what happens exactly when you are under stress? It affects the gut. How exactly? It causes esophagus to go into these spasms. It results into indigestion. It makes you feel nervous because serotonin is a happy hormone which is released by the gut. So if gut is not functioning very well, this happy hormone will not be released, and also it gives us diarrhea, constipation. At the same time, it leads to cramping, inflammation and imbalance in the gut bacteria as well. So how to break this cycle? We have to incorporate natural gut healers into our diet. We have to incorporate cow ghee, coconut oil, omega 3 fatty acid, zinc and selenium supplements, and more importantly, make sure that you have at least one source every day of prebiotic and probiotic, and make sure that you're consuming fermented foods in your diet as well. Absorption of micronutrient is another major factor which needs to be considered when we are talking about stress and nutrition, because whenever we are undergoing stress, these micronutrients they tend to have the imbalance in the concentrations in the blood, which results into depletion of these micronutrients. So magnesium, zinc, vitamin D3, B12 and folic acid are few of the reported deficiencies which says that are majorly found in people because of the diet preferences. So what best you can do? See, these nutrients are extremely important as far as cellular activity is concerned, as far as biochemical reactions are concerned. So we need to maintain these levels. If they are not maintained, they are going to result into this stress again. So what we can do? First of all, this micronutrient deficiency is very well reversed, okay, and it can be very well corrected with the right alterations in the diet and with the use of supplements. Okay, so when we're talking about stress, you need to rule out if you fall under any of these categories. You need to correct them to have the better responses during the stress. So this is a preventive approach that we have learned. So the second part comes in this picture is the reactive way. Okay, so when you are undergoing a stress, or when you have just had a stressful event, how are you supposed to or what are you supposed to eat? Ideally when you are going through the stressful situation, you should not consume anything, because it tends to land you up in choosing the wrong foods, which first of all is wrong for the health, and secondly, even if you eat that, it will not be getting absorbed in the body, will get converted into fat and get stored in the fat, leading into increase in the weight. Okay, but if you wish to have anything, make sure that you will center yourself, you will calm yourself, you will have first a glass of water, and then you can prefer the healthy options like oranges, dark chocolate, nuts and oils, particularly pistachios, a bowl of curd. You can refer to my magic box video where I have mentioned that what are the foods that you can have when you are undergoing a stress. Okay, so those all foods are very healthy and they can help you in coping up with the stress very efficiently. Now this was the reactive approach that we have learned. Now we have learned what causes stress and stress causes what. Now we are going to understand how. So what exactly you will be doing, or how exactly you will be doing, or you will be doing certain steps from tomorrow. Okay. Now when we talk about hormonal imbalance, when we talk about gut health, when we talk about micronutrient deficiencies, you know, it's not going to be a one day thing, or it's not going to be a one process, or one process thing. You need to make alterations into the lifestyle. Now how you're going to do it? First of all, I'm going to give you only three tips that you need to follow it from today to have a better version of yourself, particularly in the stressful situation. You need to follow a pattern which is called as a circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is basically having your dinner at the time of the sunset, or max to max 1 hour after the sunset, and you will not have late night dinners. So probably, if the sunset is at 6 o'clock, you can have your dinner either at 6 o'clock or max by 7:15. Now that way, first of all, it will help you in digestion process, because it will have a perfect window between your meal timing and your sleep timing. So gut health will be maintained, hormones will be maintained, and thirdly, all the nutrients will be getting absorbed fantastically. Okay, so that pattern you can follow. I have been following this since months, and I am getting wonderful results out of it. So that way you can do it, that having your dinner as early as possible. I'm going to make a separate video on circadian rhythm, but meanwhile you can just remember this one step, that one change that you need to incorporate. And no munching in between, and you will eat only when the sun is rising. Okay, so you will not eat anything once you eat at 7 p.m. in the evening. You will eat it straightly in the next day when the sun has risen. The pattern is called as circadian rhythm. Secondly, water intake. I have made a special video on water, so I will re-emphasize that water has a fantastic energy to give you the optimum way of tackling with any situation. So make sure that you are having right amount of water in a right way. And third thing is, which is my favorite, which I every time do it, that have gratitude towards your food. When you are having a gratitude, when you are eating the food mindfully, it has the best digestion, best absorption, and best utilization in the body. So that is all from my side, guys, as far as food is concerned, as far as nutrition is concerned. I'm sure by opting all of these steps will definitely make you the effective person, even the stressful condition. So that's all from my side right now. Always remember that every moment is a fresh beginning. We will meet with the second pillar in the next episode. Till then, stay healthy inside out. Bye bye and take care.